Your friend invites you to play a new game. They say it's a multiplayer game that's asymmetric. You have no idea what that means, but you load into a match. You load in an awkward loony dude who looks scared of everything. You don't quite understand it. You see your friend start working on a generator. You've joined them. Time passes and you get a pop-up on screen and you panic, instantly blowing up the gen. You hear a faint heartbeat in your ears as it gets louder and louder until a big man with a knife slaps you. You have no idea what's going on and you try to run as quickly as possible, but you get hit again and die. Okay, I sped it up a little bit, but that's DBD. And a lot of people's first experience. They don't know what's going on, especially if they're like strictly casual. Like if a friend brings them into the game, instead of like them being like, oh, I saw a streamer play it or something, you know? They just load into the game, get chased by some mysterious force that wants them dead. That forces another player, which is what makes it so different than other multiplayer games. The survivor roles and killer roles define the game and are what make it unique, though it has some major downsides that come with it, and I wanted to talk about two of those today. First, although the game was created as a party game, it is very far from such humble beginnings. Now, most people view it as a competitive game. Even if not the most balanced, most players find themselves drawn to that specific role, either killer or survivor. When I first started, it was as the killer role. It was a crazy time for me back then, but that's not the point. You'll play that selected role, getting better, slowly gaining some game sense, potentially even becoming proficient with the powers of your favorite killers. On the survivor side, you might learn how to loot pretty well, understand some basics of killers' powers, get good at complex builds. Eventually, you will hit a ceiling though. Yes, you could eventually break past this ceiling, but it will take an insane amount of time. For your ability to understand the game will forever be limited to the side that you play. As killer, you'll struggle to understand the macro of the survivors. What gens would they prioritize? Why would they might bring specific maps like RPG or the game? Why they have endurance from getting picked up off the ground in endgame, etc. Survivors will not understand strats killers will go for, maybe not recognize certain perks, not know the killer's plans of the map, maybe might even struggle against the nuances of specific killers, like Sadako being very specific, like a lot of people struggle with Sadako, right? Especially in the solo queue environment. There will be always an infinite amount of skill issues as long as you remain on one side. Do I know what hour count this kind of stuff starts to happen? Fuck no. But it is a struggle. Playing the other side will open your eyes to what the game is in store as a whole. You'll understand what the other side is going for. My favorite killers I love to face are the ones I have extensive time on. Sadako is a blast for me, because I get to be an annoying little shit and make her power very hard to work. I don't like them to have an easy time, just like how I sometimes don't get to have an easy time. Is it mean? Maybe. That's fine. Nemi, I get to dodge the whip drags, mess with the zombies, do some silly stuff. Artist, I bait the crows, jump in lockers across the map, you know, just be as much of a menace as possible because I know exactly what they generally want to do, and I make it harder to do those things. Making the other side work harder due to your knowledge is rather satisfying in my opinion. On Killer, I know what loops people will run to, how they all want to run said loops, what gens they should progress, and what gens they may ignore, or should ignore. Sometimes they just still do the garden gen on the new maps. Please stop. Please don't 3-gen yourself. Please don't be stupid. Basically, your knowledge base will exponentially grow if you play both sides a decent amount. I don't mean doing like a 90-10 split. 70-30 split is probably the minimum to achieve the best experience, though that's definitely a guess. I'm personally 60-40 killer flavored. I just know I prefer to play. I'm a solo player primarily. Yeah. The second aspect that I should be brought up in this conversation, there is a huge lack of empathy if you only play one side. Not only do you have a skill issue a lot of the time, but you'll misunderstand the other side's intentions. The amount of times I've seen people say actually stupid things like, why are they camping in endgame? Why are they body blocking on unhook? Etc. It is the killer's job to confirm kills. If they have to play a little lame to do it, that's fine. Camping, tunneling, slugging, etc. They want to win just as much as you want to win. Same with the survivor side. Gen rushing, saboing, time wasting, etc. It's a competitive game. at this point, and people getting mad at the other side for doing what it takes to win is a little silly. Don't get me wrong, if you want to just fuck around and the other side is sweating their asses off, it's not a good time. But that's when we just go next. Knowing why a killer might feel pressured in camping or tunneling will make it easier to not get so upset in the situation. Yeah, it can be frustrating sometimes, but a lot of people who only play one side seem to be rather intense about their displeasures. It's definitely due to a lack of empathy. There's gonna be some asshole players who are literally only there to cause pain. Killers, like the infamous NA West Wraith, or the bully squads, as people like to call them. People like that really just want to get in your head and frustrate you, though they aren't as common as you might think. I personally laugh when I run into bully squads. I know what their goals are and I can counter them, though I'm at a stupid amount of hours, so that probably helps. At the end of the day, DBD is literally just a game. I'm not demanding you play a side you don't want to. You bought the game and you can play how you want. I just think that playing both sides will help you in a multiple of aspects and probably make you understand both sides much better. That's it, guys. That's the video. If you liked it, please consider leaving a like and potentially subscribing if you want to keep up to date with my content. Anyways, I hope you all have a good one. I'll see you next time. Farewell.